Good morning, Oakwood artist. It's Friday, September 11th, 2020. Welcome back this morning to our 98th day of making art together. It's been a long journey, and I've learned a lot along the way, and I hope that you've learned a lot about yourself and your art making. A couple of announcements before we talk about what we're going to talk about today. Coming up, we have our 99th day and our 100th day next Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday, September 15th, will mark our 100th day and our finale of Sketching with Jennifer. So I hope you can tune in next Monday and Tuesday. Then following that, the following Tuesday at 11 a.m., so Tuesday, September 22nd, we're having a Zoom live session over the computer for anyone who might be able to join us to share our sketchbooks. Now, you may not have kept a sketchbook. You may have kept a journal, a writing journal. You may have written stories and poems, or you may have thought about art, or maybe you did like I did some of the time and made art outside of a sketchbook. Whatever you've done or whatever you haven't done, you can join us on that day at 11 a.m. We're probably going to meet for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. We'll see how it goes. And then we're going to come back the second week, the next week, September 29th, again at 11. And that's just kind of a follow-up. I'm going to give you a prompt to work from on the 22nd, and we'll bring it back on the 29th. And then we're going to kick off an art club, an Oakwood Village Art Club in October. So I'll talk about that on our Zoom session too. So please see the Campus Connection coming out tomorrow with that information, and also on Channel 900 that information will be posted. So again, next Tuesday the 15th will mark our last day of Sketching with Jennifer, and then Tuesday the 22nd will be our first sketchbook sharing over Zoom, and then our next sketchbook sharing over Zoom will be on Tuesday, September 29th. Okay, you can always give me a call if you want to talk about any of that, 230-4324. Okay, I am coming to you today out of my daughter's art studio, which has been transformed into a fourth grade classroom. So you can see the classroom behind me here, or the background of the classroom behind me. I'm sitting at the desk, and normally this is an art studio. Now it is a fun, interactive fourth grade classroom that I have been talking about this week over our Sketching with Jennifer, that I don't get to see the likes of most days when it is in session. So here I am today when class is not in session at the moment, recording my video for you. Another thing we've been working on this week is a week in the life of me. So I wanted to share with you what happened, what's happening today, what happened yesterday. So on Monday, I needed ideas. I was fresh out of art ideas. I was at the end of my rope. I had hit a wall, and I needed ideas. So I still haven't had any time to sit down and generate ideas, but I will before next week. Then Tuesday was first grade. So there I am with Zoe in first grade, learning from her first grade classroom, which is next door to here at home. And then Wednesday was fourth grade, which I had hoped to see be a part of some violin lessons, but I was told to get out and close the door. So my daughter is slamming the door in my face. In this image, she really didn't. Then Thursday, it's been very chilly, as you know, and rainy and gloomy. And I have a little dog, and here he is. It's hard to see him in this picture. And I realized when you're drawing comics, you want them to be really clear, to the point, crisp, so that people can understand them if you're intending them for an audience. Well, this is really for me and for us, for you, the audience. I realized my little dog here, I can tell he looks just like him right there, but to you, it's really hard to know what that is. So he's on a dog bed. He's curled up with one leg here, little tail. His little head is here, and he's in front of the fire. So we've had the fire going all week, and there's one little pumpkin on the fire. Now, if you could see my house right now, it is completely decked out in Halloween decor, because that's a big deal around our house. So September 1st starts Halloween here, and we've got Halloween decorations everywhere. So he's surrounded, actually, in reality, by Halloween decorations. But he is most happy, this little dog here, he's going to be 14 in November. He is most happy laying in front of a hot fire, really hot fire, or laying out in the hot sun on a sunny day, or on a cold day, finding a patch of sun that's hitting the carpet. He loves to find that sunlight. So reminds me of being a kid, because when I was a kid, I remember finding patches of sun on the carpet and laying in them or playing in them. I wonder if you did that too when you were younger, or even today if you do that. Find a sunny spot and sit in it in your home or in your room. Okay, then today we're hitting the road later on after school gets done today. So I've drawn my car here. I've got the window open, even though it's raining out because it's been so rainy this week. My girls are in the back, Bronte, there's Zoe, and it says the open road, and I say, because I love to drive. That's one of my favorite things to do is to drive, and I find it incredibly therapeutic. Now, I don't mean the kind of driving where you stop and go at stoplights. That's not fun to me. Or being stuck in beltline traffic or interstate traffic. Not fun. But open country roads, I call it big sky days, where the sky is really blue, the clouds are really, really white, and there's an open country road to be driven. I love those days. So that's my day there. Then I'm going to come back the Friday today. Then I'm going to come back on Monday and Tuesday and sum up my days there. So I hope you've been working on a week in your life through a comic strip, summing it up. So today we're talking about dreams. And I don't think we've really talked about those along the way during this series, but I wanted to talk about them because they're really on my mind in the last week. Ever since school started for my kids on September 1st, I've been having nightmares every day. And I realized because I've been really, really stressed during the school day, things are not working like they should here at home over the computers. What should be a pretty simple, straightforward day has not been easy. It's getting easier. Yesterday marked the first day where things worked for the most part. My kids could see their teachers, teachers could see them over the computer, and everything worked fairly well. And I'm hoping that it just keeps going that way. But the first 4 or 5 days were not like that. So I was pretty stressed. And by the first day, by 6 o'clock, I wanted to break down and just cry because it was a really difficult day. And, I was really excited for my kids. They love school, and I didn't see that in their eyes by the end of the day. They were pretty frustrated that school looks like it looks. But it's getting better. But my nightmares are not. And sometimes nightmares are just strange collaborations of whatever's going on in our day. And I always think it's really the psyche's way of making sense of our world, of our daily living, of our thoughts, and of our journey. And so, what the strange dream I had on the first night of school was that the three of us, my daughters and I, were walking out on a country road, and we were following a string, and we were pulling the string, and the string seemed to be tied to us, and then it was tied to a weighted balloon that was thrown up in a tree in someone's yard. And when we got there, I said, "Oh, this is the insurance agent. Apparently they've been tracking us." No idea what that means, but we do have some insurance stuff going on right now. So I've been talking to an insurance company, so maybe it's regarding paperwork. I don't know. But then we keep walking and we end up, there's a parade in a town, and it's kind of dark. It's getting darker in the town. And we end up at the EMS center or garage or facility, EMS facility. And we go in, and I think I need to just make a phone call because I don't have any way to get back where we're going, and it's getting to be dark. And so we have our temperatures taken behind a plexiglass station or a window. And so if I think about that, I work the screening desk at Oakwood a lot, and that makes sense, right? I'm always taking people's temperatures, or I'm having my temperature taken like many of us are. And then I say that we turn around and go out, and I say to the girls, well, I don't know how we're going to make it back. It's going to be hours for us to walk back home. And then I realize I have a car there. Who knows how my car has gotten there? And it's my real car. So we get in my car, and we start driving, and someone sideswipes us and hits us, and we end up stopping. And I realize I have no way to contact anyone because my cell phone's broken. And that's true because my cell phone has been broken in the last couple of weeks. And so I go to use it, and it is nothing but this liquid screen on the cell phone, and I push, and it's like this kind of cellophane kind of buttons that rip as I push them down into this liquid, and it's very strange. And I can't make a phone call, and I'm thinking, how am I going to let anyone know? And we're stuck there. So that's not, doesn't sound quite like a nightmare, but all those pieces are bizarre, and I know there's a lot of anxiety there. So our nighttime dreams take all of that stress and that anxiety, and they whip up this fantastic piece of art for us, this moving, living piece of art, imagery, video, so to speak, in our mind at night. And so when I think of those things, I think of Picasso. Most people, I think, when we think about dreams, think of Salvador Dali because he did paint dreamscapes, and he was a surrealist who often, create dreamlike images. But when I think of a nightmare, when I think of how my dreams often work, I think of Picasso because his work was very fragmented in his cubist stages. So I wanted to share some images with you. So here might be a dream image that would feel more like a nightmare or a dream to me. Here's another one. Again, our mind just making sense of whatever's presenting in the dream or presenting in our real life day. And then when I think of the ultimate nightmare image, I think of Guernica. So Picasso's image from 1937 that really captured a war scene and all the horrors that go along with war, and the torment and trauma that people experience. So that's what I think of when I think of a nightmare. All of these pieces coming together to try to make sense, make some sense of it. Our mind trying to work things out. So here's today's assignment. We're going to work as big as we can. That might mean we're only working in our sketchbooks, or we might have something a little bit bigger to work on. But I'd like you to think about a dream or a nightmare and some of those images that really pop out and stand out to you. A lot of times I will wake up, think of my dream or nightmare, and think, yes, I will always remember this, and by the next day I have totally forgotten. But I bet if you think back over your dreams, you can come up with some of those things that stand out over time. So it doesn't have to be about one dream or one nightmare, but maybe pieces, fragments from many. One that really stands out to me was from 20 years ago, and 20 years ago, and it has to do with altar boys going around a revolving door, and that nightmare was extremely powerful. And those altar boys, I was walking down the street and there was a parade, and I see them in this revolving door. They're holding big Roman candles, and I just see them going in and going out, and they're just standing there, each on their own platform, but on that revolving door that keeps them moving. And so that is an image I'm going to always remember. In that whole dream, there'll be pieces of it I'm sure I'll forget, but that dream really stands out to me. So think about those pieces and bring that dream together and see what kind of fragmented image you can make, as big and colorful as you can make it. Okay, that's today's assignment. I will work on it off film and I'll bring it back on Monday. Okay, have a wonderful weekend. Happy art making, and I'll see you back here on Monday.